again to Say When Bourbon. I'm Steve.
I'm Steve.
And I'm not Steve, I'm Scott.
Yeah, we're here today to do a little bit of a follow-up to my Lynchburg, Tennessee trip to the Jack Daniel's distillery.
Yeah, he went there and didn't take us.
Yeah. And, when I was there, I enjoyed it, and I was trying to figure out if I could get into Kentucky or not, but it was too far to go. From where we needed to be the next part of the trip. So,
but this is still awesome trip.
Yeah. So I did get at the distillery. They have what they call the White Rabbit Bottle Shop, and you're able to purchase some stuff.
Even though it's a dry county.
Yeah, and it's.
When you were
but
there,
they changed the rules.
When you were there, did they actually explain the White Rabbit? The reason it's called White Rabbit?
They did, and I don't remember.
We'll look it up. And
we'll look it up
there.
online, and maybe
I can
we'll
put a link or something to it.
But it was a beautiful day, a beautiful trip, lots of fun. So what we want to do today here is a couple of things. One is we're going to do a first crack of something that I bought, which is the Single Barrel Rye, which was one of the, if you catch the video of my trip, it was one of the tastings that we had there, and it was super, super good. And so we'll just get into it and do a little bit of a fresh
and
crack.
I was going to show this. So each of these have little wooden...
It's laser
laser engraved, and actually has the White Rabbit bottle shop. It has the year on it. Actually, these are pretty awesome. It's kind of weird. The bottom kind of has a
nipple.
Yeah, I guess it pretty much. But it looks pretty cool.
This is barreled. Bottling date was 5/27/22. It gives the barrel number. And the barrel house, and so which we were able to go into a barrel house when we were there. Again, just an amazing trip, and that was really amazing to go into that.
That's one of the things that blew me away when he was talking about the trip when he came back, is that they each rick house holds a million,
up to a
million gallons, and they have 100 rick houses.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Like, why do they sell it so expensive when they have so much of it?
Well, it's going worldwide, and like I said, some of it's aged for 12 years.
Jack Daniel's, every time I go to Walmart, I'm usually in there late at night, and they bring out the pallets of what they're going to put in there. Mm-hmm. So I'm always looking, and every night there's another pallet of the regular number 7. It's amazing how much people drink that.
I like number 7 as a mixer. But once we got into the next level, man, they
upped the game.
Rushed it. So when you get into like the single barrel selects or the single barrel proofs, even the bonded series, they're the triple mash, the rye, and the bonded. They're phenomenal price point. I mean, you can't go wrong.
Yes, the 10. We're still looking for the 12.
Yep.
Anybody can help us.
We've seen it, and we probably could have
we
bought one
in
a bundle.
And we should have done that, but didn't work out.
All right, so this is going to be a fresh crack here. Listen for it.
Here we go. We're going to listen for it and
listen.
Much better. Thank you. I have a
mini fridge.
Perfect time.
The compressor turned off.
Nice.
That was a good. He's like, which direction? Which? And I always like how they're
it's just
the bottles, the
Foster.
shapes of Jack Daniel's, their bottles, and then their
so
wooden corks and everything.
Yep. I just want to be like.
Why are we hearing that sound?
Oh man, that smells so good.
So he actually got a sample of this at the distillery. You've never had it. I've never had it.
And a lesson on how to sample it.
Yes.
Yeah, and we'll do a little bit of that tonight so that we can
explain.
Try
Yeah, he came back and told us we're doing it wrong.
Yeah. So one of the key things the guy told us was you want to turn your taste buds off. And so we do a lot of comparison drinking. I can't. That looks pretty close. We can always add a little bit later.
Okay.
In other words, we'll compare one drink to another, and the one thing he basically talked about was turning your taste buds off or on, and don't turn them off. In other words, don't drink water in between. You're sampling.
Yeah,
You
we
wanna
always
cleanse
thought it
your
was kinda
palate.
Yeah,
like,
don't cleanse your palate.
Yeah, I always thought it was like with food and stuff, you kind of cleanse your palate there to try something different so it doesn't interfere with it. But apparently that was the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, because that just turns your taste buds off, and you want to get them started and ready and
Oh my god,
and
this
fulfilling.
smells.
So what they told us that their tasters do, and they come in and they taste things to make sure that the charcoal's still filtering properly, and so they're tasting throughout the line and making sure that they don't have to make any adjustments. But basically, you want to start with your head tilted over and just bring it to the tip of your tongue and leave your tip of your tongue in there for about 10 seconds.
It's gonna look weird.
Yeah.
Are you touching it on your tongue?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, you should feel a little bit of a burn.
Yep.
And then take a sip. Obviously, we're not going to down this whole thing, but across your tongue now.
Oh, it's bananas. Vinoak.
Oh yeah, you do taste the notes and everything a lot more than you normally would.
The back of the palate, like it opens. I got way more on that than I've ever done. That's a neat little trick.
What's the proof on this? I really didn't get much of a burn at all on this either.
This
They're like 90
so
some
it's-
proof.
yeah,
yeah,
it's
about
47.
A little
so it's
over 90.
Yeah,
94.
Yeah,
Bourbon math.
yeah, bourbon.
but it's good.
So yeah, very good. I love it.
So I was gonna
It's real
ask-
earthy. Like
Yeah.
the nose on it, it's real earthy. We get like cinnamon, that rye spice, but a lot of bananas. Like it's,
Yeah.
The smell is really great.
the nose on this is fantastic.
Yes.
Oh my
But yeah, this was. We had gone through, I think, 4 different drinks, starting with Old Number 7 to kind of turn things on, and maybe that's what we should do if we were kind of going through this. Just
One of
start
these
it off
days
with
we'll do that,
big thing of Number 7, but this really was the most bananas that I've ever tasted in any of their products. The way we did it, so.
This is great. I was gonna ask before I forget, when you were talking about the charcoal method where they're dripping it down.
Yep.
Do they ever, since you said that they taste it, to see about if it's still, I don't know what the wording is, the charcoal still coming through, or they're
Yeah, it's still
gonna mellow?
filtering, mellowing.
Do they ever add more charcoal to it?
No,
Or
they
is it
just-
once it's dumped in there and it's dripping through.
Can you imagine being so good where you take a sample and you're like, hold on.
We need
There
a
it
little
goes.
bit more.
Yeah.
Now
All
we're
the
good.
charcoal it needed.
One little.
No, I from my understanding is when they change the charcoal, they empty the bin and start
Is
over.
it charcoal
I wonder what they do
one
with
time like
I think they
Base.
actually they secondary market it to do fertilizers or other things.
well no what I
And-
meant is when they're dripping it down, is it like we're dumping all this charcoal into this one and this is going for 1 barrel, and then the next one when they do
No,
they
not-
another-
no,
it's
it's-
just, or they just fill it once in the morning or whatever the time is.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just filled up and they use it until I think one of their tasters says, "Hey, we need to change this out."
I
It's not
wonder
doing
what
it.
they do,
Yeah.
like if they sample it like halfway through, and they go, oh, this charcoal's done. What do they do with that half barrel that was poured through inadequate charcoal? You know what I mean? Do they dump it out and say, oh, that's just
I hope
the cost of doing business? Or
that's very sad.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I think they're tasting multiple times a day, I think.
Yeah, I think they,
just to make sure that everything's done right.
as of this filming, it's around Christmas time. I think there's a gift set that they have of like a bunch of the little.
yeah, I've seen that. It's
shooters
got like
that-
Gentleman Jack, single
Yeah.
barrel rye. I think I've seen that. Old
I have to
ones
pick up one of those just for.
Yeah, so I bought a smaller one because I knew, I think, you know, as we're saying, it's somewhat available, but I wanted to get something that I tasted that was really delicious from right there at the distillery.
from the source.
Yeah, from the source. And so, like the previous video, I got this single barrel proof, and then I got my Jack Daniels
Sinatra
as a follow-on because I had one that's cracked and I wanted to make sure
And
that I had another
his
one.
single barrel, I have a single barrel proof, and it's 130 even, and his is like 134.7, something like that. It's real close to 135. So that's gonna be a hot bottle, and I'm looking forward to that. Crap.
Yeah, yep.
Yes.
So,
So as always, like, subscribe, review. Tell us what you think we should be doing next.
Let us
I'm
know if you've ever been to the
Yeah.
distillery.
a
I'm
distillery or whether you've tried this rye.
I'm actually because I love the kind of the history behind a lot of the stuff. So I'm excited to try to do a couple of local distilleries here. Do a trip out there and we'll film it. If you're out here in the Arizona, let us know which distilleries are good to do a tour. What is the one? Del Bec is down
In
south
Tucson.
of us, and
Yeah.
You got the Santan distilleries are out
Arizona.
here.
Let us know what distilleries. I think to me it would be interesting because I have a ton of questions I want to ask him, and I don't know if he had a few drinks and if he's going to remember some of this stuff. But with the whole process of learning how they do it, I think it'd be interesting the local distilleries asking them.
Yep.
But this one's definitely a buy.
Yeah.
I would say on this one, kind of definitely. I think this is one that you should have at your bar.
Yeah.
On there.
And especially because it's readily available.
Yes.
Yep.
But as always, say when.
Say when.